Good evening, beautiful souls. Welcome to Aligned to Divine. I am Tamara, and welcome to another fabulous Friday night of free readings. I hope you have all had a wonderful week. If you are watching this part, then you are watching the replay, just so that you know. I am just going to share this out into a couple of places because that's how I roll. I'll wait and see if anyone is around today. There we are. Feeling a little bit tired at this present moment. I'm sure that once we get started, the energy channel will make me feel a little bit more alive. But at the moment, I'm feeling a bit tired. Oh, that is not a great way to start. Okay. So I'm pulling cards tonight. Like that. I'm just going to get all of this stuff out of the way first. Let's see. And then I'll get to chatting. Oh, there we go. Can't see my screen. All right. Thank you for bearing with me. Let's make sure that's pinned and ready to go. Right. All right. Okay, fully present. So it's been a pretty good week for me. I feel some of my energy and some of my aliveness coming back into play. I was a little bit flat there for a week or two. I felt, especially last week, felt a little bit flat, or a little bit off. I started building a new website today. My old website, the one that's available at the moment, is a reflection of where I was 12 months ago. And where I am now and what I'm doing now is completely different to 12 months ago. So I am building myself a new one from scratch that is much more in alignment with where I'm at now and what we do here at Aligned to Divine with helping women come back to themselves. Healing all of those wounds and being able to embrace who they are now, and shining their light and living their life from that space. So it's going to feel very different, but that's what I've been working on for the last couple of days. and it's been a long time since I was in the back end of my website, so it might take me a little bit to get it to look the way that I want it to in true Tamara fashion. Hi Bianca, I see you. And there's another dot. I'm not sure whose that is. Feeling out of sorts today. There's a little bit of that energy around, to be perfectly honest. I spent some time in the car today. I'm a little bit tired, so excuse my yawns. I'm sure they will dissipate soon enough. I did spend a little bit of time in the car today with some music and loud music. Actually, I've spent my whole day with loud music. I put my headphones on with the Soul Map playlist, with my Soul Map playlist, which consists all of your soul maps that I've done so far. And yeah, so I've been dancing and tidying up and just moving, trying to move my body more. Hi Trudy. I cried and cried. Oh, hi Wendy. Yeah. Hi Lisa. Yeah, it started, like, I kind of been through that in the last week. I just felt really discombobulated and a little bit out of sorts, and was one of those weeks where it felt like, you know how you're going and all these things are falling into place and everything's great and you're feeling great, and then it feels like nothing's working. It feels like you're just not getting anywhere. Was one of those weeks for me last week. So I feel like I'm starting to come out the other side. I got outside. I was sick of myself. Yeah. I have been, because I don't have a car of my own at the moment, I am still looking for the right car, because I don't have a vehicle of my own at the moment. I spend most of the week without a car, which means we're forced to walk everywhere, which has been really great, actually. I've discovered that I actually really enjoy walking, and I actually really enjoy catching the bus, and I actually really enjoy the challenge of getting myself somewhere and home again. So yeah, it's certainly, I'm building new systems, right? I'm putting more structure and more new strategies and stuff into play for the life that I'm creating, as opposed to the life that I have struggled through. Struggle is not even the right word. I'm stepping out of suffering, choosing to not be in that state of suffering and struggling. And there is a word that I can't, it's just not there. I know what I'm trying to say, but it's just not there. Anyway, so yeah, I had a moment. Thank you. I know, Bianca, you don't even realize this, but thanks to Lisa, who pointed me in the right direction. She showed me a live stream of someone who I don't even know how to explain it. For those of you who have been with me for some time, you know my experience with reality awareness, and all the things that happen behind the scenes there for me. And it was interesting watching a live stream of hers this week and seeing that she's still talking herself around the same stories and the same cycles. And recognizing, it was a great opportunity for me to recognize how far I've actually come since I stopped working for her, well, probably 3 years ago now. So that was really eye-opening, and that was really interesting for myself, to be able to make that connection and to recognize my growth as well, because sometimes you don't really realize it until it's right in front of you. So so thank you, Bianca, for pointing it out to Lisa, and thank you, Lisa, for pointing it out to me. Very grateful to have had that experience. Yes. So I think I've just kind of come to a place now where I'm like, everything is happening, even if it's not that great, even if I feel like I'm struggling, it's all happening for my highest good, and it's all working out the way that it's meant to in divine timing. You know how we know these things, but we don't know until we know. It's one of those, right? Yes, yes. Bianca said, I said to Lisa she was having a meltdown. It wasn't good. I was watching live for a small bit yucky. Yeah, yeah, and that's the same way she's been since I started following her in 2017. So the same cycles, and I worked for her for 2 years behind the scenes as well. So was in that energy for a really long time, and it took me a long time to rebuild myself once I stepped out of it. So yeah, grateful, very grateful for that recognition, for being able to see that, because I got myself out of all of her spaces that I was in, and I don't tap into her space very often these days, and it's been a long time since I saw her do anything, especially a live stream. So yeah, that was really, it was quite jarring to see her to start with, and then yeah, then being able to recognize that growth for myself was brilliant. So yes, I don't want to say too many bad things, because I did learn a lot. From her. The reason I show up the way that I do these days is because she showed me how not to. And I, she was the start of my spiritual journey. So a lot of the things that I use today are things that I learned from Trust Your Intuition. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's been my week. I think that was a real turning point for me. I was like, oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Okay, so I'm going to write some names down. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Let me see. I have to go back. So I hope you're feeling better, Bianca. We'll pull some cards for you tonight and see where you're at. See what's going on. I ordered my new deck, which I used for the cards on Monday, the Ancestral Oracle cards, and then on Thursday I got a notification to say that my package has been delivered, and Amazon delivered me another deck. I don't know why. I'm sure I didn't order two. I didn't do this twice, so they've sent me two, which is really funny. But I pulled the same card from this deck twice this week, and it was the one that I shared on my stories earlier, about not taking shortcuts. Like you've just got to knuckle down and do all the hard work, which is a little bit frustrating for me, because I'm like, I'm always doing all the hard work. Why can't I take some shortcuts for a change, for God's sake? That's all right. That's right. If you're going to do it properly, you've got to do it properly. If you want to do it well, you've got to do it properly, right? And there's no real way of shortcuts on this wonderful healing and self-discovery journey. So, yeah. All right. So, Bianca, you up first. Hi, Marianne. Welcome. So Bianca says, right now I feel less emotional after moving and being outside. They are. I might use them for a bit tonight as well. They're in a cigar deck, and I love all of the ones of hers that I have. So, all right. So if you are new here, this is how I work. Sorry, Bianca, Trudy. I You pop on and you say, yes, please, and I make a list of everyone's names. Lisa. Reorganise my desk today. Jeanette. I've got a whole heap of pens that don't work. It is not scrolling the way I want it to. Okay. I hope I haven't missed anyone. So I've got Bianca, Trudy, Wendy, Elisa, Jeanette, and Marianne. Sure, I've missed someone. Just won't let me scroll back down to where I want it to go. All right, we're good. All right, so if you're new here, what I do is you jump on and you say, yes, please, and I write your name on my list and I read the list from the top to the bottom, unless you make a donation. So there is a donation link pinned in the comments section here. You can donate as little or as much as you like, and all donations are gratefully received. And they also bump you up to the top of the list. So if you make a donation, I will read for you next. But other than that, I make my way down the list. I'm live from 6 till 7:15 because I usually talk for the first 15 minutes and I like to do an hour of reading. So I read for as many of you as I can. I do encourage you to hang around if you can. There's a little bit of something in everybody's reading for everybody. That is just the way that I read. I often walk away from these just going, wow, goodness, I got a lot out of it tonight as well. So yes, if you want to stay, please stay. I will read for as many of you as I can. And yes. I also just want to make mention of my soul maps. My soul maps are available. They are I don't know why that's doing that. They are a comprehensive summary of who you were born to be from your birth chart. So you were born at a specific time on a specific day under a specific moon, and all of these different elements all come together to create the person that you actually are underneath all of the societal conditionings and the opinions of others and all of those things. So the soul maps are a PDF. They can be anywhere between 45 and 65 pages, depending on what information comes through for you. And it's like reading a story of yourself. I know for myself personally, it has brought about this whole complete new level of acceptance of who I am. All of the things that I thought were wrong with me are actually my gifts. They're my superpowers. The wonderful things that I was born with, and that's how I'm supposed to lead in the world. So mine's made a monumental difference to me. I also create for you your own personal soul song, which comes from all of that information. We put all of that together, and you get a song. Everyone that I've done so far, everyone has said, oh my God, I cried the first time I listened to it. And everyone that I know so far has listened to theirs consistently since they got it. So you get your own personalized soul song. And at the moment I'm creating morning empowerment songs designed specifically for you as well. So it is 97 Australian dollars. There is a PayPal link in the comment section here and in the description of the live stream. And the PayPal link gives you a pay in full option as well, for those of you who would like to choose to do that option instead. I can't recommend them highly enough. I personally love doing them. I love being able to create this window into your soul for you, and the soul songs. Oh my God, that's by far my most favorite bit. And yes, so they are still available. The link is in the comment section and the description of the live stream if you are interested in being able to see yourself as you were born to be. Okay, Bianca, let's start with you, darling. Oh, okay. One of those. All right, let's start with an ancestral healing oracle for you, Bianca. Okay, understanding your karmic lessons. So this is about recognizing your cycles, recognizing your patterns and recognizing your cycles, and being able to move through them. Like, you've got all of these tools now, right? And the patterns and the cycles are there for you to be able to see how far you've come, but also to shine a light on the areas that need healing next, right? Here we go. Befriend your inner child. I got this card myself today. And to me, this is about, like, today I put my headphones on with the soul song, empowerment soul song playlist that I have going on of everyone's, right? On, and just allowed myself to move without constriction and without judgment, to feel my way through the music and feel the way through moving my body, and just feel the joy of that as well, because music and dance is something that makes me feel alive, right? But it connects to this part, this joyful part of my life as well. And I feel like it's the same for you. It's like being able to indulge in the things that light you up, that bring you joy. I know you've got kids, and we often do a lot of stuff with the kids which gets us in touch with our inner child, but this is something I feel like you need to tap into, something that is specific for your inner child, that has nothing to do with your kids, right? Okay, so all these cards fell out and I was like, I'm just going to pick up whatever works. Explore family healing. There is a lot of this energy going on right now. There's a lot of mother healing and a lot of father healing, which means the inner child. Doesn't surprise me that that's come out as well. And I feel like the word forgiveness is coming to mind for you specifically, Bianca, and for anyone else who needs to hear it tonight. Forgiveness. So, I believe that we choose our parents. I believe that my children chose me to be their mum. And I also believe that our parents do the very best that they can with what they've got to work with, right? As do we as parents, right? But no one gets it right. I don't care who you are or what you think or what kind of parent you think you are. No one gets it right all of the time. That does not mean that you're not loved. Doesn't mean that your parents didn't love you. Doesn't mean that you don't love your kids, right? It just means that we're all doing the best we can from the space that we're living from, right? With what we've got to work with. And it's easy for us on our healing process, on our healing journey, to blame our parents for not giving us the life or what we needed as children. And it's important that we recognize that and acknowledge that feeling within ourselves. But it's not okay to live from that space. So being able to, there's a balance between being able to go to feeling the feelings, feeling that anger that you didn't get what you needed, and all of that, but also having that level of compassion for your parents, and also understanding you called them in to this lifetime for these specific lessons. So their gift to you is them parenting you in the way that they did. I know it sounds pretty messed up, right? But you wouldn't be half the person that you are today without the way that you were raised, without what you did and didn't get from your parents. So that's where the healing comes from as well. The healing comes from acknowledging I have all of these feelings about all the things that weren't met for me. I acknowledge that my parents did the best that they can, but I also understand that because they parented me in this way and I've been able to take responsibility for my own healing, right? I've learnt this. I am this character. I understand this about life now. Like, there are all of these beautiful gifts that we receive from our parents in the way that they parented us, whether they parented us in a way that we needed or not. So there's something in there for you, Bianca. And I also want you to think about that when you are parenting as well. And not to give yourself a lot of harsh criticism or judgment, because you are parenting from the space that you are at this particular moment, and your children chose you, so they are learning whatever lessons they need from the situation as well. That doesn't mean like, screw you, I'm doing the best I can, right? I have often apologized to especially my daughters, because they got the unhealed version of me as a mother. And I often say to them that I'm sorry. They'll come out and say something, and I'm like, I'm really sorry that you got that version of me. Like, I'm really sorry that I did that, and I'm really sorry that I said that, and I'm really sorry that that's had that detrimental effect on you. And I'm especially sorry that you got that version of me as a parent, as a mother. So, but again, that's my journey. That's my journey as a mother. That's their journey as my child, and for whatever they are going into. And because of that, I've done the work, and I've been working in healing, and I'm always constantly growing so that I can be a better mother for them, to help them heal from all the stuff that they do from when they were younger as well, from when I was parenting from that unhealed space. So this last card is live your true purpose. Live your true purpose. So we spend so much of our time and energy into making sure that everyone is okay. And that, I know I'm really bad for it. I've just started saying to my children, actually, like, making them think for themselves, making them do things for themselves, because it's so easy for me to go, oh, I will do that. That's right. I'll do that. That's right. I'll do that. And that's me, solo parenting with the understanding of their trauma from their experiences as well. Trying to make their lives a lot easier because they didn't always have it easy. But I'm doing them a disservice for not allowing them to think for themselves, and I'm doing them a disservice for trying to make everything okay when things go wrong. So, you know, there's something in there for you as well, Bianca, just about being able to take that step back and allowing them to organise themselves. Here's a good example. My oldest daughter, on the weekend, they had a by-election or something here, and we'd spoken the day before, and I said, I've got to do this on Saturday, so I've got to do this and I've got to do that, but I'm free between this time and this time for you to take you to wherever you need to go to vote. I'll sort myself out, and I'll take you to wherever you need to go to vote. And because she worked a night shift at the pub, so she said, okay, 10 o'clock, and I was like, oh, how about 11? But sometimes we have this way of not hearing each other or having a different understanding of what we've heard. And so I got home from all the things that I was doing and just waited for her to get up, because that was part of the conversation. She's like, oh, I don't need to, I'll probably sleep in it anyway. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to let her sleep. And she got up and she's like, I slept in, Mum, why didn't you wake me up? And I'm like, well, because that's not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility. Well, she was having a bit of a we said 10 o'clock, why didn't you make sure I was blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, because that's not my responsibility. So it was me going, okay, you are an adult now. And I know that on some instances I have woken you up to make sure that you get to work on time, but that is not actually my responsibility. So I'm trying to lessen my mental load as well. Like, you got to sort that out. And she's not going to learn and to take that responsibility for herself if I'm constantly waking her up when she needs to, if I'm constantly doing all of the things. If she wasn't living at home, she would be responsible for that herself. So I'm certainly not going to let her sleep through a whole shift, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and watch the clock to make sure that she gets to where she needs to go on time when she can be responsible for that herself. So where is it in your life that you can take that step back from those, and it's not just with your kids, it's about everyone else in your life as well, right? Where can you take that step back to allow others to take responsibility for themselves? Yeah? You do this now too. Yeah. Well, I don't need to be thinking about this, and I don't need to, if I know that I need to drop you somewhere, then I can sort myself around that. And that's another thing about not having a car for most of the week, is that she has to get herself to work, right? My kids have to walk to school. It's having such a positive effect on all of us. Yeah. So, all right, I'm just going to pull one of these Healing Heart Oracles for you as well, and then I will move on to Trudy. Okay. It says cautious heart. It says have enough wisdom to get back up. So you've got all the tools. You know what to do. Like today, you're like, I'm feeling like shit. I'm going outside. Right. Perfect. Ground yourself. Do some breathing. Reset your nervous system. Right. Oh, interesting. So there is a direction. I feel like I have to let you say this as well. And I'm sorry for the glare on those cards. Co-creative heart. Look for clear signs. There is, so that's where I was going. Thank you very much, cards. The more that you step away from being the thought for other people, and trying to keep track of everyone and making sure that everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, and everything's getting done. The more that you step out of that, the more you can focus on doing what you want to do. The more you can focus on that, your purpose. We pulled that purpose card. It's time for you to start working towards your true purpose. And that's where your attention needs to be. Your kids are fine. You can step up for them when they need it, but they can do most of that themselves. Whatever they can do for themselves, you need to allow the space to be able to do that, to create that space for yourself. And the more that you dive into purpose work, the more that you are doing things that light you up, that you are passionate about, the better it's going to be. Like, it's just going to have this beautiful knock-on effect towards everyone in your sphere, everyone in your energy, right? All right. So look for clear signs. Making sure that you are taking that 10 minutes a day of stillness. I think that's really important. Really important for everyone. Okay, this is for all of you. 10 minutes a day, just sitting there with no distractions, allow the thoughts to filter through without judgment. Focus on your breath, if that's what feels good for you. It's an opportunity for you to connect back in with yourself, connect back in with your body, connect back into your intuition. Feel like I lack the time for purpose work, whatever that is. Yes. Yes. And the lack of knowing is because that you're not spending that time, which I completely understand, just so that you know. I've been very bad at it up until the last probably few months. I've been making myself, because I'm seeing the signs of the connection now, and the clearer path forward. Your Scorpio moon. So your purpose work, have a look. I know that it's not, you need to be doing this, but your soul map has all of that in it. Your soul map has that information of how you can help people, and your Scorpio moon is your superpower, and that is your pathway into purpose. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Bianca. Thank you so much for being here this evening, for allowing me to read for you, and for being a part of the Aligned to Divine tribe. So we're very grateful to have you here, and for me to be a part of your journey as well. Okay, Trudy, are you still here? You are up next, love. Yeah, it's hard. Like, you're not always going to be able to, like, sometimes you don't know something until you can know something, but you don't know until you actually know, right? And usually when you know, it's when you feel it. You feel it within your bones. And the purpose section is like the gifts that you have, but it's not so specifically on how you're going to use it. But I think that there is something underneath that you already know is stirring it. That there's not a possibility in your mind yet, because you don't know how it would come together or what it would look like, and that's okay. Just start with one little thing towards creation, one little bit of creation towards purpose. Yeah. And that is doing what lights you up. And yeah, you'll know when you'll feel your energy lift when you are talking about something that you're passionate about, right? I know that you've probably been there before. And let that be your guide, because that is a gateway into purpose work. When you feel your energy like, oh my God, and blah, 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 right? When you're talking about something that you're really passionate about, that's generally a good indication. Okay, Trudy. Trudy, are you still here? Trudy and Wendy, you guys are up next. If you can just let me know if you're still here. If you guys can think of anyone else who might like a reading this evening, just pop their name in, tag them in the comments, or share this out to your people. Just give me 2 seconds. I've got to go let my cat in. You coming in or what? It's the first time the back door's been closed for a while, actually. Okay, so Trudy, Wendy, Lisa, Jeanette, and Marion. So if you are still here, pop a heart or something in the comment section here. All right. Is anyone still here? Lisa, all right, you're up next. All right. It's a bit of an inner cigar night tonight. So the Healing Oracle, the 2 decks that I just used for Bianca were inner cigar ones, and these ones are as well for Lisa. Pulled off of the shelf for you tonight. Ooh, interesting. Lisa, you have step into the unknown. Oh, okay. And on the bottom is unlock your heart. I don't usually use these cards, because I generally have to read from the guidebook. On top of whatever intuitive message comes through. So it's time for you to trust your inner calling. So this for you, Lisa, is like the don't take shortcuts message for me. I feel like it's just going to keep repeating over and over and over again as you take tiny steps towards until you take that big giant leap. This could relate to starting a new business, starting a family, or doing a course of study that you have been putting off for years. No more study. You don't need to do any more study at this present moment, okay? Just so that you know. It is about starting the new business. That's where your focus needs to be. And I hope you are listening to what I was saying about taking the step back and allowing your children to make those decisions for themselves, to create that space for yourself, because I feel like that was a really strong message for you as well. You may feel like you are ready to move to another city or country, or simply to travel to a particular place. So the beach is coming to mind. I know that it's a bit cold down there, but I feel like if you could take a little trip to, I don't know, Semaphore Beach or something like that, that's not overly, you're not driving for 3 hours to get to the Yorke Peninsula, right? Something like that, where you can just put your feet in the sand and you can feel the wind and the breeze in your hair and you can smell the ocean. Put your feet in the water too if it's not too freezing cold, or even if it is. Whether it's the possibility of a romantic relationship, a new type of friendship, or an innovative venture, there are high forces propelling you forward. The opportunities being presented to you are a part of your growth and are connected to you fulfilling an important aspect of your life purpose. Be attentive to small details, because your real transformation might come in surprising ways from unexpected sources. Be flexible about doing new things in new ways with an open mind. While discernment is necessary, look for signs that show you that you are on the right track. Trust that you are being guided. Okay, and this comes into softening. I'm actually going to just have a look at this one as well. 35. If you keep protecting yourself from being hurt, you will stop yourself from experiencing an intimate, delicious, earth-shattering, life-enhancing, sacred relationship with yourself. I want to add that to the end there, because the most important relationship that you need to work on right now is the relationship that you have with yourself. Allowing yourself to soften, allowing yourself to crack open. And we talked about this with integrating both parts of yourself. So loving on your masculine as well. Being conscious of speaking kind words to yourself. Maybe taking a couple of minutes every morning to stand in front of the mirror and just saying kind things to yourself and to your body, and recognizing all the beautiful things about yourself instead of being your own harshest critic. When a protected heart bursts open, there is pain, sadness, fear, rejection, brokenness, and a host of other unprocessed emotions. Naming for the next week, I want you to start naming your emotions. When you're in it, acknowledge, I am feeling frustrated right now. I am feeling angry right now. I am feeling incredibly sad right now. I am feeling annoyed right now. I am feeling joy right now. Just acknowledging those emotions so that you can start recognizing and connecting to your feeling part of yourself. But nothing compares to the possibility of listening, trusting, and following the ancient wisdom that lives in a heart that has gone through pain, struggle, and loss, and has come out on the other side with warmth, humility, compassion, and selfless action. Yeah, you are. But you know what? That's we all are. Right? That little voice in the back of our head. There is a song. If you've got a chance, I recommend that you look it up on YouTube and watch the film clip for it as well. It's called Hi Ren by Ren, and it is the most epic display of internal dialogue that I've ever seen. and it's on my standard playlist, and I felt that song in my bones. So if you've got an opportunity to have a look at that, then I recommend that you do that. Give me a second, I'll pop the link. It has 69 million views on YouTube. All right, where is... There we go. For any of you guys who want to see it, want to hear it. So that internal dialogue is here to keep us safe. That's its main goal. The best way to curb your inner critic is nervous system regulation. It's breath work, yoga if that's what you're called to do, movements, a dance. It's getting outside and exercising, or grounding yourself. Like anything that takes that second to reset your nervous system, then that will be and consistent practice, so that you can connect back in with yourself. So you're listening, so you can start listening to your body and not what goes on in your head, because that's just trying to keep you safe. It's not going to being vulnerable and being seen and putting yourself out there. That is not safe. That is not safe, right? And it doesn't feel safe within the body, and so that inner critic is keeping you from doing that, because you're I don't like using the word ego, but that's basically what it is trying to keep you safe, right? So yes, breath work, nervous system regulation, getting outside, grounding yourself, movement, ways to be able to check back in with yourself, in with your body. The psychological sigh is brilliant for that. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a full breath in through your nose, and then another little sip in through your nose, and then long exhale out through the mouth. So big breath in through your nose, and then that tiny little top up at the end. Once you feel like you've got your lungs as full as they can, then you do that last little top up, that little sip, and then a long exhale out through the mouth. Do 5 of those. Stop, do 5 of those, and it's an instant reset for your nervous system, for your brain, for all the things. All right, because you are on the journey of stepping outside of your comfort zone, Lisa, because all of the wonderful things that you want, that you crave, that you're working towards are outside of your comfort zone, and that's a really scary place to be, and your inner critic will continuously try and tell you that you don't want it, or you don't deserve it, or you're not good enough for it, or blah 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 blah, whatever it is, and you need to stop listening to that part of yourself and doing it anyway. Face everything and rise. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, beautiful Lisa, for being here, for allowing me to read for you, and for pointing me in the direction of that video this week. Okay. Now, Jeanette, I think that you are next. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, that's my side gate. Yeah, and that's a process. It's always a process, and what I want everyone to understand also is that it can be a little bit like a roller coaster. One day you're great, next day you're not. One day you're great, next day you're not, and that's okay. And sometimes it can feel like we're taking 10 steps forward and then 10 steps back. Sometimes it feels like we're taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Sometimes it can feel like we're doing 10 steps forward and 5 steps back. But it's all perfect. It's all part of the growth. It's all part of the cycle. So let's not judge ourselves for that either. Okay. Lisa says, I am rising, my soul song. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I was like, did I make an empowerment song for you as well? And I did. I did it separately. Just had that moment of blankness. Okay, Jeanette. I can see your dot. Oh, actually, I can't see your dot. Jeanette, are you still here? Let's see. So Jeanette, if you can pop a heart in the comments. Marion, I can see your dot. So if I don't see Jeanette's, I'll do yours. I know, Jeanette, I can see your dot now. I see you. I don't know if this is the right deck for you. Let's see. The Magic card. Make a wish, believe in miracles, and magic surrounds you. So Gary Vee comes to mind. I keep seeing his stuff in my newsfeed at the moment, which I love. Obviously, I need to see it. And he talks a lot about how it doesn't matter if you are, like if you're 25, you're still a baby. If you're 35, you're still a baby. If you're 45, you're still a baby, right? And you've still got time. You've still got heaps of time, and you're never too old to start something new. You're never too old to create something new, to reinvent yourself. Like you're never too old, and it's never too late, right? Whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 or 80, you've still got time. As a almost 48-year-old, you know, I'm a bit over halfway. Still got 30, 40 years to go, right? That's a lot of time. That is a lot of time. It is never too late. It is never too late. And what I want you to start seeing things as that for this first part of your life has been your lesson era, right? Your lesson era, your tool gathering era, the gift of understanding yourself, right? There has been so many gifts in this era for you so far, and now that you're at this age, right, where it's not about everyone else anymore, it's about you, right? So you've got this beautiful window opening of, it's not even a window opening, it's You know how they say you start a new chapter? It's not even like that for most of us. It is, we are closing the book, right? We still got our footnotes. We still got our dot points of all the things that happened in this book over here. But we are starting the second book of the series, right? We are creating a whole new story. So it's time for you to close that book with your dot points of the things that you learned that you need to know to create the character that is going to be the starring character of your story for this book, right? Because we are the main characters in our own story. I think sometimes we just forget that. I think that there's a lot of times where we let other people, we give our power away, and so other people decide what's good for us, what's not good for us, and that in the form of, expectations and emotional manipulation and the things that we learn as children, the things that we're taught about, that we're told about ourselves as we get older, right? And then so now is that time to I want to say lay all that to rest, but there's knowledge and understanding and wisdom in those lessons to be able to create whoever the fuck you want to be. There are no limitations. And I hope you ladies are all listening to this, right? There is no limitation to what it is that you can do now, to what it is that you can do next, right? The only limitations that we have are the ones that we place upon ourselves. Yeah. So if life was limitless, if you had unlimited possibilities, what would you be doing? How would you show up? What would your life look like? Who would you surround yourself with? It's up to you. You are the main character in your own story. So now let's write the story that you are as yourself as the main character. You are the leading lady. Leading ladies. Right? All right, we have awareness. It says, live in the moment. Can't change the past and you can't predict the future. So the moment is where we're at. Be conscious of your thoughts. Look for signs and guidance. I feel like I need a different deck. I feel like this is just not doing life justice. I actually feel like a lot of the time I sit here on a Friday night and I'm like, I just don't have the deck for the messages that I want to give. Because as I'm growing and changing and finding my more defined in my purpose as well, I'm like, there's not something here that helps me give the message that sits within. Okay, and we've got the trust card for you as well. Leap into the unknown. Have faith and move forward. Believe you will fly. So the unknown, and this is for you as well, Lisa, because you had the unknown space as well. What lives in the unknown is unlimited possibilities. Unlimited possibilities. Oh, and we got the strength card on the bottom that says, this challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in the situation. Right now, I would be married to Sam Heughan and living in Scotland. That's funny. That's very on point. I loved season 1, Jamie, and then struggled a little bit with the rest. But season 1, Jamie was gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Yes. So Jeanette, as you step more into yourself, there will be people that are not pleased with the changes that you're making, and they're just not your people. And also allow time for adjustment as well. One can dream, I know, right? I just binge watched. It's a series on Prime, Amazon Prime. That was created from a series of books by Ella someone. I can't remember her last name now. And it's called Off Campus. If anyone has an opportunity to watch that. Off Campus. It's great. I just binge watched it. So the main character, his name is Belmont something. No, the main character's name is Garrett Graham, but the actor's name is Belmont, and he is very nice looking. He's very nice to look at. Anyway, if you get a chance to watch it, I highly recommend it. I watched the series through twice and then decided I was going to read the book that it was based on. So I audiobooked it yesterday, the whole book yesterday. That's tell me you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD. It's so bad. Okay, Jeanette, I'm just going to pull, I got a little bit sidetracked there with, I just find it really refreshing that part of me, I've been single for 7 years. So it's just nice to know that part of me is still alive in there, right? Still alive. Single for 7 years and in a relationship for 13 before that. So she's still in there. She's still alive. Okay, Jeanette. Are you still on season 1? Okay, that makes sense. Season 1, Jamie is hot. He is glorious. He is glorious. Yeah, I have a really bad habit. No, it's not even. I'll watch a series over and over and over again. I've seen the first 5 episodes, the first 5 series of Outlander, probably 10 times. At least 10 times. Yeah, if I watch something and it evokes a feeling in me, that then I'll watch it again. Yeah, it's a kind of a remembrance for me. But I'm also, with my ADHD as well, a lot of the time I'll just put something on in the background. And if I've seen it before and I've seen it multiple times before, then it's that background noise and I still know what's going on, but I'm focusing on what it is that I'm doing. So it is not unusual for me to watch the same things over and over and over again until I'm completely sick of it, or until I find something else to be hyperfixated on. So, but yes, there are some very nice looking young men. I have to say young men because they're all like 28, 29 in real life. They're just babies, but still, you can appreciate. It's hot in here. All right, sorry, Jeanette. Friendship, Jeanette. And infinite self. So the friendship card says, I'm deeply grateful for the gift of friends. My appreciation for them is endless. So I want to say surround yourself with the people that make you feel like that you can be yourself with. Yeah. Spend more time with those people, or go out and find them. Yeah. Start taking yourself to courses or workshops or dance classes or whatever your heart feels called to do, so that you can connect with like-minded people. Infinite self. My infinite self dwells in the sweetness of this very moment. So that was being present, that the in the now, just a confirmation of the other card. And sanctuary, my inner sanctuary. I connect to peace, inner quietude, comfort. And you've got my creative power on the bottom. I feel like these cards are just confirmation for the cards that we pulled before. As I invest in my own creative potential, I experience my female creative genius. So connecting in with yourself, taking that 10 minutes a day. And I feel like checking in with your emotions through the day as well. I want everyone that's on tonight to take that away with them, about checking in and labeling, naming your emotion, and naming the moments. I've had some times over the last week where I've just kind of sat back and gone, this is joy. Right. This is peace. This is fucking hilarious because I've laughed more in the last couple of weeks than I had probably in the last 10 years. Yeah. And that's being present. That's being able to tap into the feeling, giving myself permission. So there is that for everyone. Acknowledging this is how I feel right now. It's like training ourselves, because we weren't taught that as children. It's okay. This is just frustration. It's okay. This is just anger. What am I really feeling angry about? Blah, 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 blah. And underneath that anger, because underneath all anger is sadness. So what am I actually sad about? What am I grieving here? Acknowledging, recognizing, moving through it. Okay, Marion, you are up next. Thank you so very much for sticking it out with us tonight. That little detour. Had some big story time tonight, which is how I roll. Really. Okay, Marion. Where are they? I have to clean off my shelves. Oh. They were right in the open my eye section, literally right in front of me. Okay, stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. This card just tells me you've come to the right place. Welcome home, Marion. All right, divine guidance. The search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing. A sense of wonder. So the first thing that comes to mind for you, Marion, is no. I don't know if that's a word that you use often, or if that's a word that you have started to bring into your world. But it's so at the beginning of this year, I decided that because I'm the kind of person that always says yes, that I'll bend myself and twist myself into 100 knots trying to accommodate the others, because I don't like letting people down, and or I like to feel like I'm being useful, and there is an underlying if I do this for these people, then I'll be loved story that happens for me personally. And there's the ADHD in there as well, the rejection and sensitivity, dysphoria, something like that, RSD, right? So I don't like to disappoint people. I don't like to let people down. But it meant that I was just living my life for everyone else, really. And at the beginning of this year, I decided that every time someone asked me to do something, I would start with a no. It was always no first, or I'm not sure, let me check and get back to you. So I was giving myself the time and space to be able to process what it is that they asked me, whether it was something that I wanted to do, whether it was whether I had the time to do it, whether I could commit myself to it, and then being okay with going, I'm sorry, I can't do that, or I'm sorry, I don't have time for that, or no, no, I can't, without the excuse, because we don't need to make excuses. If we can't, we can't. Full stop, right? No is a full sentence. So that's what this year has been about for me. It is no, or I'm not sure, let me get back to you, and then it's either a yes or a no. Yes. Marianne says you can do too much sometimes for family. Yes, especially for family. And I don't like to disappoint people. I don't like to let people down, and I feel like I won't be loved if I'm not doing everything for everyone, right? Which is my own middle child story. But that's what you're being asked. That's what you're being asked to do. To stop, say no, or I'll get back to you, and then decide down the track a little bit closer whether you actually want to do it or not. And it's time to start choosing you. It's time to start choosing yourself. And if they are disappointed with your response, that's actually not your responsibility either. Their reaction to your response is not your responsibility. So allow them to be disappointed, because at the end of the day, if you say no, they're going to find someone else to do it for them, right? It's no skin off their nose. It's just a little bit of extra work that they have to do in order to have it achieved for themselves, or they'll do it themselves, right? So no is a full sentence, because it is about making yourself your number one priority. For the rest of this year, I just want you to make yourself your number one priority. I want you to be like, do I really like this? Do I really want this? Is this how I really feel? Do I really like this person? Is this how I want to be spending my time? Really start to investigate the life that you are living right now, and who you are right now, and acknowledging and recognizing patterns and behaviors, and where you do give your power away, where you do things that you don't want to do, like you do things that you don't want to do regardless of whether you want to do them or not. And just being a casual observer. And then once you do recognize, you will find that you will be like, no thanks. That it will come more naturally when you realize that if someone doesn't love you, if someone doesn't give you time and energy and effort because you're not doing something for them, then they're not your people. You need to separate yourself from them, right? Boundaries, the beautiful word boundaries is coming to mind. I'm going to pull some from a different deck for you as well. Let's have a look at these ones actually. And for a lot of us, we attach our sense of self-worth to what we give to others and what we do for others. And often we are the ones that are left by the wayside because we go out of our way for everyone else, regardless of the effect and impact that it has on us. So making yourself your number one priority. It's a great live stream for you to be here on tonight, Marion. All right. Ooh, okay. Grow beyond shame. Shame is such a nasty thing, but it's so like it's just underlying for all of us. For all of us. I didn't meet that person's expectation. That must mean that I'm a bad person, right? And then we do that shame spiral, especially for women. Oh my God, we are so bad at it. We are so bad with it, should I say. I am creating a 12-month program at the moment, which is all about self-acceptance, self-love, reclaiming yourself, right? And shame is its own little pocket. It's its own little pocket. Prepare to be tested. And this is over and over and over again. All right. But it's what we were just talking about. It is putting those boundaries into place, saying no, and then sticking to it. Right. Not going down the shame spiral and changing our minds because we feel bad. Right. It is going, okay, I am choosing myself right now, and I am okay with that. I'm choosing myself right now, and I'm not going to change my mind regardless of how this person responds or reacts. Actually, I feel like I need to shuffle them again. Go beyond survival mode. Just learn to say no from now on. It's difficult, right? Because of those lessons that you've learned over the years of, in order for me to receive love, I need to do this. I need to be this person. I need to show up like this. And so it's reprogramming, like you're going to be reprogramming your way of thinking, your way of being, questioning everything, right? Which is the test, just being tested over and over again. Is this how I really feel? Am I doing this because I want to? What would I rather be doing today? Yeah, because when we're investigating, it's also about learning who we are underneath, because when we make ourselves responsible for everyone else's happiness and everyone else's being, we don't have to take responsibility for ourselves, which means I got to a point a few years ago, I remember vividly, and I think about this often actually. I was getting in my car after coming out of the supermarket and coming out of Woolies, and I was getting in the car, And I had this little bit of a train of thought going through because my daughter had just turned, she was about to turn 18. My oldest daughter was about to turn 18. And so many things in my life have been shifting and changing. I've been putting some boundaries in place and all that sort of stuff. And I remember getting in my car and I'm like, where the fuck is the last 20 years of my life gone? Like I just had this moment of it was like I'd walked through the last 20 years as an internal bystander, and it was somebody else living my life. And that was because I was wearing masks and I was a people pleaser and I was doing everything for everyone else. So there was the true part of myself had just taken a back seat, and was forgotten about. 20 years of my life, I'm like obviously I raised kids, and there's always part of ourselves, right? Raised kids and I did a great job of that, and all the things, right? But at the end of the day, I was like, it hasn't been me walking through the world for the last 20 years, and I don't know where the last 20 years of my life has gone, and what I've done and what I've achieved, and who I've been. It was quite a profound moment. I was like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? And that was when I started questioning, okay, who am I? What am I doing? Is this what I want to be doing? Who's, because for a period of time there, I also felt like I was living the life that everyone else had created for me. I wasn't living my life. I was living the life that everyone else had created for me. Just trying to meet others' expectations and keep everyone else around me happy. And I was miserable. Fucking miserable. So it's worth it. I see you. That's what I want to say, Marion. I see you. I see you. I was you. And there's a way forward. I promise you. Yeah, it's just choosing yourself every day. Stepping out of the survival mode, not allowing yourself to wallow in shame. Understand that every test is a gift and an opportunity for growth and understanding. This card was actually on the bottom of the deck before I shuffled them. And it says, ask the archangels for help. So just remember that you've got a whole spirit team around you that want to help as well. Or, I love it when this happens. Create healthy boundaries is the card on the bottom. Yeah, so Marion says, that's me right now. There's a way forward. You just have to start choosing yourself, setting some boundaries, saying no, holding yourself through the uncomfortableness, because it's going to be uncomfortable. I've had to I've had moments where I've had to step away, but I've also had to have some really honest conversations, and some confronting and honest conversations. But it's all, and I've had moments of full empowerment, like, fuck, I can't believe I did that, as well, setting strong boundaries and then sticking with it and just going, fuck, I can't believe I did that, and then just being super proud of myself. Yeah, and then that becomes normal. The more you do it, the more normal it becomes, and there is no comprehensive way of, there's no way of comprehending not choosing what's right for you. Yeah, because nobody knows what it's like to be you. Nobody knows who you are. If you have an opportunity, or if you feel called to getting your soul map done, I highly recommend it. It has been life-changing for me. There has been so many things in that's kind of gone. There were so many things about myself that I was told was wrong, or I was made to feel was wrong, or too much, or just not normal. And so a lot of the things that I condemned about myself were those things that everyone thought was too much, or too emotional, or too blah, 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 whatever it was. and it's written in my stars. Like, this is who I was born to be. I'm a Scorpio moon, so I'm emotional. I am a fully emotional human being, and I cut myself off from that for a lot of years, and now I'm like, I just feel like crying. I'm just gonna cry, and that's what actually when I started naming my emotions as well. Like, oh, this is what I'm feeling right now. Yeah, the soul map and the soul songs, that it'll give you this beautiful insight into yourself, and it will give you a roadmap back to living your life for yourself as well. So if you have an opportunity to do that, I highly recommend that you invest in yourself in that way. I will talk them up till the cows come home, because it's such a huge impact on my path forward as well, and on my personal growth as well. So, all right. So I hope that was helpful for you, Marion. I feel like you showed up on the right night. As always, everything is as it's meant to be, right? And I feel like you got so much out of everyone's readings tonight. So it's like been the black sheep of the family. Yes. Welcome home, Marion. You are in the right place. We are a ward of black sheeps here at Aligned to Divine, and Aligned to Divine was created for those ready to bring their life back into alignment, back into balance, aligning with the divine part of themselves, part of yourself as your divine self. The logo, my logo for Aligned to Divine is the phoenix, and the phoenix is about burning everything to the ground and then rising from the ashes. And that's what we do here. We burn all the shit to the ground and we rise. We rise. All right. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. Thank you for being a part of it, for being a part of my journey, and for allowing me to be a part of yours. I am here every Friday night at 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and I love doing these readings for you guys. I love being able to connect to you guys as well. So thank you very much for everyone who showed up tonight, and for who has watched the replay. And have a wonderful week. Big love to you.